Then Beowulf presented to the silver-haired king the golden hilt, all that remained of the giant's sword that had done such damage in the fight. So the hilt belonged fittingly to Hrothgar, the best and wisest of kings. He spoke now to the silent hall. Beowulf, my friend and best of men, your name and your nobility will resound throughout the world, even in the farthest corners. I marvel not only at your strength, but also at the wisdom of one so young. Stay as generous and peaceable as you are, Beowulf. Do not become as other heroes have before you, so turned to battle that a thirst for blood consumes you. I tell you this because I am old in years, and I know that all men, however noble and fine, are frail, and our lives are finite. At the height of our powers, when triumph succeeds triumph, we cannot imagine an end to our success. Pride grows within us, despite ourselves. We can easily forget that our powers are God-given and should be used only in His service. Know, beloved Beowulf, that even with you the end must come. Flesh and strength will fail. You are now in the high noon of your strength, but waiting for you, and not so far away, is sickness maybe, or a slashing sword, burning fire, or drowning wave, the stab of a dagger, or just old age. Death awaits us all. I thank God in His great mercy that my own death has been postponed long enough for me to enjoy this moment, the end of Grendel and his kind, to gaze in triumph at his gory head. So remembering all this, let us all rejoice and feast together tonight, and in the morning I shall give you all your promised treasure. But they did not feast long that night, for Hrothgar the old king was tired and wished to rest. No feast can continue without its host, and the truth was that the Geatish prince was ready for his bed too. He had earned his rest that night, I think. Battle-weary, the hero and his thanes slept deeply until the black raven in the tree outside raucously greeted the coming of the new day. Sunlight chased away the shadows as the prince and his companions made ready to leave. Now that the fight was done, they wanted to be home, every warrior among them. They had been away long enough. Before he left, Beowulf returned runting to Unferth, the king's herald, and thanked him for the loan of it, without ever finding fault with the blade that had failed him. Beowulf was like this, fierce in battle, but generous and thoughtful in spirit. He did not want to hurt Unferth's feelings. Now dressed in their armor and prepared for the journey home, Beowulf and his warriors went to Hrothgar to say their last farewells. The Geatish hero spoke first. You will understand, great Hrothgar, how we long to return to Higelac, to see once again our home and hearth. You have looked after us royally. We shall not forget your kindness. Know also, Lord Hrothgar, that I shall always be ready to come to your aid again, if you should ever need me. If I hear that you are threatened by your neighbors, or that any intend you harm, I shall come back with 1,000 warriors to help you. Higelac, my young king, lord of the Geats, would, I know, always want me to be at your side, shoulder to shoulder, and defending you against your enemies, along with a forest of sharpened Geatish spears, if ever you should need us. Saddened at this parting, Hrothgar, wise in his great age, spoke to Beowulf, knowing that it was unlikely he would ever set eyes on his dear friend again. Tears filled his eyes as he embraced the Geatish hero for the last time. He spoke to him as a father to his favorite son. I have never known a man at the same time so young and so wise. In you, strength and wisdom are perfectly matched. How the Lord in heaven has blessed you. If any ask me, I shall say this. Should God forbid the Geats lose their renowned king through sword or sickness, they could not want for a better prince than you to take his place and rule over the kingdom. In coming here to help us, you have brought our two peoples close together. By your courage, you have banished any lingering ancient rivalries between Dane and Geat. So long as I am king, Our ships will cross the seas between us, filled not with spears, but only with gifts of friendship and love. We shall from now on stand always fast together, sea geats, spear Danes, firm against our enemies.